The Toronto Raptors just embarrassed LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers, and it was a beautiful thing to watch. If you stayed up late to watch the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What's going on, everyone? It's Luca Rosano here, back with another video. Hope you're all doing well. And in today's video, we're going to look at the Raptors' beatdown of the Lakers, and we are going to get into why the Raptors could very well be the dark horse of the East and look into some of the Lakers' problems that have hindered this team all season long. Before we get into it, do me a solid favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, plus ring the bell for more. Thank you so much for your continued support of this YouTube channel. We just hit 26.2K. Let's hit 27K, as your support is greatly appreciated. And you can always follow me on social media if you wish to keep the conversation going. And if you want to become a channel member, I am still offering memberships. You can hit that join button for custom perks and emojis. The Lakers are a mess. This team, I still can't believe a lot of people thought this team was going to be a championship contender. And they might have fooled a whole lot of people. But they were not destined for greatness at the start. When you put together a roster comprised of so many guys who are past their prime, and you rely on LeBron James to score 50 points every single night just to have a chance to win, you know you're not in for a good season. And it has been horrible to watch if you're a Lakers fan. But from a Raptors fan's perspective, last night was a delight to watch. I mean, to see the Raptors do that to the Lakers, that was satisfying. I'm not going to lie. You look at how the Raptors begun that game. They started it off on a 21-2 run. And this was in the first quarter. When I saw this, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I had to pinch myself. The Raptors came out guns a-blazing, and they just went right at the King, right at the Lakers, who were missing Anthony Davis, but it does not matter because overall this Lakers team has been a mess. The Toronto Raptors embarrassed the Lakers, picking up the 114-103 win. You look at Pascal Siakam, he led the Raptors with 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists, and he has been a guy who seems to come alive whenever taking on the Lakers. And now Siakam has scored more than 20 points for a personal best 7th straight game. He has hit his stride. And then you look at Scottie Barnes. He was exceptional in his first game against the King, LeBron, as he notched 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists against the Lakers. And all 5 Raptors starters finished in double figures. This game was over minutes after. Let's call it for what it is. And it included so many highlights for the Raptors. And I know the Lakers did have a late 20-10 run in the fourth that did cut the Raptors lead to 11 with about 3:20 to play. But then Barnes put the game away when he made a perfect pass to Precious Achiuwa to calm things down for Toronto. The Raptors beat the Lakers once again, and the days of LeBronto are officially over, as now it's the Raptors who are the ones owning LeBron and this Lakers team, especially the Lakers. The Raptors are now 13-1 against the Lakers in their past 14 matchups. And the Raptors have never lost to LeBron James in LA. And they've won 6 straight in the building, formerly known as Staples Center. The last time they lost was November 30th, 2014. It's been a while. And the Raptors are going to get another crack to once again flex their muscles over a struggling Lakers team when they take on the Lakers Friday, this time at Scotia Bank Arena. Now, before we get into the Raptors' recent success on the West Coast, let's go back to this Lakers team. It's been frustrating for LeBron James, man. The championship that LeBron James won with Anthony Davis in 2020, which was the bubble championship, that right now stands as LeBron James' only high point during this Lakers tenure. And it was the only time the Lakers have made it out of the first round since he moved to LA. All in all, this tenure has been a disaster. And this year could be the worst, as the Lakers struggle to avoid missing the play-in tournament. Could you imagine if the Lakers somehow even missed the play-in? How much LeBron and his Lakers team are going to be heavily criticized by the media and by people who saw this Lakers team as a potential threat. I mean, their own fans thought this Lakers team was going to do a whole lot of good. Well, they were in for a rude reality check as soon as the season started. And you look at LeBron James, what's crazy is if LeBron doesn't play out of his mind, the Lakers don't even win. Get a load of this stat. The Lakers are now 0-8 since the All-Star break when LeBron doesn't score 50 points. And his frustration was on full display in that game against the Raptors. I'm going to play 2 clips in particular that shows LeBron James visibly upset as he looks to be a broken man. The first clip is LeBron being very upset after the Lakers couldn't even grab a rebound. Take a look.
Boucher, this is tap, nearly went up, over, and out. They're still digging, and up. Toronto, and that's Boucher doing work. They've definitely got some height under there. Definitely got some length.
Height, but the guys with all that height can also elevate. So they're putting a lot of pressure on the Lakers to do the fundamentals. And they had a couple of opportunities on that.
And then this next clip I'm going to play got a lot of buzz on social media. And I want you to be the judge in the comment section down below. Was this fair or absolutely foul when LeBron James whipped the ball at Scotty Barnes out of frustration? I'm going to roll the clip. You be the judge.
And Scotty. Look at that. I mean, he just...
That to me looks like it was a little out of line. Now, I get it. A lot of people criticize today's NBA for being soft, and you can simply say that's a basketball play. But there looked to be just a little bit of malicious intent with the way LeBron James just whips that ball at Scotty Barnes, nearly taking his damn head off. But that was another play that just encompassed the frustration being built up with LeBron James on this Lakers team, as I don't even know if the Lakers are going to be able to get out of this own mess. I really don't see them turning this thing around. It's never going to get better, and people think they're magically just going to turn things around and become one of the best teams in the West. I hate to break it to y'all, especially if you're a Lakers fan. That day's probably not coming. This Lakers team looks finished. They look done. Now, that's enough talk about the Lakers. Let's talk about the Raptors and how they continue to impress, damn it. Unbelievable how they have turned their own fortunes around. They go on the road, on the West Coast trip. The West Coast has historically not been the Raptors' friend, and they reel off 4 straight road wins, 3 of those teams, or one of those teams being okay in the San Antonio Spurs, one of those teams being bad in the Lakers, but then 2 of those teams being superb competition. Phoenix more so than Denver, but Denver's no scrub team either. And then you have an opportunity to sweep this West Coast trip by beating the Clippers tomorrow night, which the Raptors, I think, could be a slight favorite in that matchup with the way they've been playing. So all of a sudden, this Raptors team looked lost after they had dropped a lot of suspect games last week. And here they are, about to go 5-0 on their West Coast trip before they return to Scotiabank Arena. At this point, I don't even want the Raptors to come back home with the way that they've been playing. But this team continues to rack up wins. They continue to put pressure on the Cavaliers, who did win last night. But the Raptors are right there to surpass Cleveland for a top 6 spot. And we know how important that top 6 is. You get into that top 6, you guarantee you're getting one full playoff series, and you don't have to play in the play-in. And the Raptors are looking damn right impressive as they're winning these games. They're looking like a team that belongs. They're looking like a team that is a playoff caliber team. And they're looking like a potential sleeper, dark horse, if you will, in this crowded Eastern Conference. So we'll see how the Raptors keep this thing going. But to do what they did against the Lakers, it felt even more special than any other team, because you know the American media was watching that game. It's the first time the Raptors did even get mentioned on ESPN, although they did talk more about LeBron's frustration than they talked about the Raptors' performance, but that's better than nothing. So for the Raptors to do what they did against the Lakers, it did hit a little different, and let's see if they can now duplicate this on Friday when they take on the Lakers once again. Those are my overall thoughts to this game. That's my reaction to what went down as the Raptors beat the Lakers once again. They embarrassed LeBron and the Lakers. What was your reaction to the game? What have your thoughts been on this Raptors' incredible run? And what are your thoughts on the Lakers? Are there people out there that still think this team can turn it around? Or do you agree with me? Is this team done, finito, finished? Let me know. Leave your comments down below. I read every single one of them. That's it for me, everybody. As always, thank you so much for watching. This is Luca Rosando signing off. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel for more, plus ring the bell for Raptors and NBA content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all again in the next video.